Hey, how's it going, guys? We're going to go over some inputs right now. It's a little darker on my end, just because of the lighting. It's getting like later in the day, but I've been learning and playing a lot with inputs. I'm just going to do a little tutorial while I'm moving. And what an input is, if you have like a username or a password interface, you use like these input things. I'll basically show you. You go with type, and then you go with value, right? And what the type is, though, is like kind of like something like text, and then the value is just kind of like enter your username. All right, and that's basically what it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this code just to show you what one is, and pretty much a text where you could enter your username like up here in this corner, and you put it anywhere on the website. I'm just showing you what this is at first. But the thing is with a lot of these, you need JavaScript to run with it, because JavaScript is very object oriented. So just different things on your website that you need to do a certain thing or to make certain things happen. That's all that I could say. When I'm going more into JavaScript, because I want to go into HTML, CSS, and then JavaScript, so those are like the big three ones that they say you should start with and then move on to the other things. Now, I do have SQL experience, I have Python experience, I have a lot of other things, but I'm trying to tackle one at a time. I'm just trying to do some content and keep it organized. Otherwise, I'm going to be all over the place. Like you just saw right there, I could go from one explanation to the next. So for me, staying on track is very important. But just this one. But you do need JavaScript, long story short, to run with these. Otherwise, you're just going to be there. But this is how you put up basically like the frame to the overall picture that you're trying to put up. So if I do type, I could do a password, value. I don't have to put a value on there, but it is going to be like a password thing where you do have to put a password in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run that. And here's the password. And as you can see, it just covers it with dots. You could always do that. So it's nice that they included that in there. It's actually very convenient. If you want, I'm going to learn how to break down and start it up from even more scratch, if you know what I'm talking about, like how it works. But I'm probably just bad at explaining it. But then there's other thing, like you could get text areas, right? Here's another one, text area. And this is actually one that always comes with the closing tag. And then you could like enhance it, or you can't really make it smaller, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. So like if I do one that says questions, comments, concerns, and in this area, it's basically going to, when I run it, it's going to show you a text box, right? Questions, comments, concerns right here. Now it's really small. So what we're going to want to do is you make it bigger, and it goes in the sense of like rows and columns, even though it's not really a table like we worked on last time. Rows. And then you could also do columns. Now columns is COLS. And then that's how you do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like rows. I can go like 100, and then calls, we're probably going to do another 200 or something, just to show you what it is. And that's going to like really make it, because columns basically makes it wider while rows makes it taller. And that's pretty much what you're looking at. But also what I'm going to do, and I'll show you this, because as it gets bigger, it's going to get so big that, right over there, yeah, I didn't need a line break. But there's certain sizes I've played around with, and now that's massive, actually. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to make it just kind of a little bit smaller. So let's do 90 by 50, okay? Then we're going to go back. And you see it's a little off base. So when it's off base like this and it just doesn't add up, you're going to see these down here. The way you want to fix that is between this one and this one, you want to add a line break. All right, and then it's gonna end up doing this. There you are. So now it's right underneath there, and that's basically how you use them. Then there's other ones that you can do, um, like files, sliders, different things like that that you get into. I recommend actually going into input yourself and just playing around with it. There's a lot of different things that I don't really want to go into too much detail because I want to keep this a little bit shorter, sweeter, and to the point as I can, even though I've taken a long time to explain it. Um, but yeah, I've showed you like text areas, inputs, passwords, just like username stuff. But you got to remember, a lot of these don't do a lot of good unless you know how to use JavaScript to use the objects to have a specific function, because that's what JavaScript is. We'll go over JavaScript down the line, and I'll show you how to use it a little bit more as I learn more about these languages. I already have experience in a lot of them, but I'm still expanding my knowledge. And having this channel is actually a great way to really make it stick to my brain. So, like, thank you very much for choosing me over some computer expert at Google. That means a lot. Thank you guys very much, though. It like again, I can't explain how much it means for you guys to choose this content over anybody else's. I know it takes a little bit of digging in the algorithm to get it, but thank you once again. I'll see you guys next time, and I hope you learned something.